We've got the classic look and color variation of this Batman from Detective Comics 1000 and McFarlane Toys next here in the Poindexter Lounge. What's up, nerd family? Welcome once again to the Poindexter Lounge. My name is Enosh, aka Enosh Vet, and it is so good to have you with me in the lounge today. Now look, if this is your first time to the lounge, just know that the Poindexter Lounge is a place for nerds. It's a place where you and me and my crew can get together and talk about the things that we love. Things like TV shows, movies, games, sci-fi, fantasy, superheroes, comic books, toys, and sometimes it's a combo of some of those things, and so much more. And look, if those are things that really float your boat, if those are things that get you excited and get your blood pumping and you just can't wait to talk about, then you need to be here. We just hit over 9,000 subscribers. We're already on our way to 10,000 subscribers, and we want you to be here for that. So please hit that subscribe button right now. Don't wait till later. Don't let this become one of those channels that you just keep coming back and watching and you never subscribe. We want you to be here because we have an awesome community. We do live streams, we do call-in shows where you can actually talk to us, tell us what you want to talk about. We talk about toys, like I said, we talk about a lot of stuff here, and so we want you to be here for that. So do that today. Now today, we are talking about this variant of the McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse Batman. We obviously did a review of the original one because it's the same mold, and so but we're going to take a look at this because it's the color variation and it's got the classic Batman look. So let's jump in and do that right now. So here is Batman, folks. Look at how good he looks. I love this packaging. I've loved the changeover to the McFarlane Toys packaging. This just black and white and blue. It just pops. It stands out. It's just a very strong color scheme. And with this color blue here from the Batman with the black and the gray and the yellow, it just looks really nice. Let's take a look at the packaging, though, right off the bat. He's got 22 moving parts. That's right, he's got 22 moving parts of articulation. He's got the McFarlane Toys logo right there at the top. He's for ages 12 and over. Of course, in the back there, you can see that it's got the kind of the comic book motif going on. Here is the figure, of course, through the window. He's got his grappling hook. He's got his batarang. It says DC Multiverse Batman there at the bottom. Over here on the side, it says DC Multiverse, Batman Detective Comics 1000, and then the McFarlane Toys logo there at the bottom. On the other side, it says DC Multiverse, Batman, and that McFarlane Toys logo once again. Here is the back of the box. It's got the McFarlane Toys logo, Batman Detective Comics 1000. Each figure comes with a collectible trading card, and that is what is on the back of the box right there. It's this beautiful picture. That is also what's on the trading card. And if you're wondering where this is from, the source is Detective Comics 1000 that came out in 2019. Now down here at the bottom, it says you can collect them all, and we pretty much have. We've got this Nightwing. We've done a review of that. We've got the Batman armor that we did a review of. I just picked up the John Stewart Green Lantern, and we still have to do a review of him. Of course, we've got the Harley Quinn down there, and of course the Batman that laughs. Here are the different places that you can contact McFarlane Toys. I just contacted McFarlane Toys the other day, and I said, you know what? We really need a Lois Lane. We have not gotten a Lois Lane action figure in a long time. I don't even remember one coming out in any of the just regular toy lines. I would love a Lois Lane and also a Clark Kent. And so, you know what? You can contact them right there. There's all the information. Here's some other logos and stuff. Here is the bottom of the box with just a bunch of legal stuff. And of course there it says DCWV2 Modern Batman Alternate. Now that we've gotten all that out of the way, let's go ahead and rip this guy out of the package. Now once again, I got to go back to being careful with these because they do have a card here in the back. So you want to be really careful when taking these apart that you don't bend the card. Because my first Batman that I ever got, I bent the card, and I ended up having to get another card. And so, be careful. Now, this looks like we got a fancy card, so we're going to be extra careful with this right here. Ah, yes, we get this extra fancy card. We'll look at that in just a minute. All right, so this is what Batman looks like out of the package. You know, I gotta say that it's kind of a bait and switch. I thought that he looked a lot cooler and more like a action figure back in the packaging there. Here he's very soft and I don't know. He's not as, they say he's got all these points of articulation, but he doesn't really seem to have any. And just kidding. But it is that classic look. Now, here is what Batman looks like out of the package. Of course, we'll take him out of this bubble here in just a second, but I always like to point this out. We're going to look really nice and close at here, how he's put in there. He's got this plastic strap right here. And then on the back, you're going to want to be careful because the cape does go through the back of the plastic. So let's take him out now. So this is everything that Batman comes with. We're not going to get too crazy with this because it's pretty much the exact same figure, just some cool additions. And so we're going to go ahead and look him over now. But look at this color. Look at this classic color scheme for Batman. I absolutely love this. Now, I know a lot of people had a problem with the head and they didn't like it. You know what? I still like it. I think it's cool. I'm digging it. I love this color scheme. You know, we haven't seen this color scheme a lot in the last few years because most of the Batmans that you see either have like a dark gray and kind of a more of a black tone. But these are cool. And I love the classic Batman symbol. There you go. Just like that. And let's go ahead and take a look at his sculpting. So you see here, I know a lot of people complain about the fact that you can see his nose under there and then it kind of, his nose sticks out a little bit. But like I said, I'm kind of okay with that. I know there's a lot of people swapping out these heads nowadays, but I dig it. I like how the cape comes all the way down here around everything. That looks nice. The sculpting on the cape is really cool. It's the exact same as the other figure. We'll take a look at that in just a few minutes. Again, this sculpting right here with the classic utility belt. Got a little bit of texture here on the side of the legs and on the side of the rib cage. Nice gauntlets right there. And the classic boots. Let's take a look at his articulation. So his head will go side to side pretty well here on this ball joint. It also goes up pretty well too, as you can see right there, and goes down pretty far. It's got this high neck look to it, and so kind of got that jawline that comes down. Of course, it will go all the way around on that ball joint. The arm has the classic butterfly that all these McFarlane toys have nowadays, but it will go all the way around like so. It does have a bicep swivel right there. It's got a double bending elbow. And then, of course, the wrists are the classic wrists that they've been doing with these figures, that they do go around. They'll go back and forth like so. You just got to get them positioned just right to get it in the place that you want it. The other arm does the exact same thing. Now, these have this ball joint here in the middle where it will go around like so. It does a little bit of an ab crunch like that, but then it goes around again here at the waist. Now, I'll be honest with you, when I did my first review of the, my first Batman review, back then when I was looking at Superman and Batman, it took me a while to get used to this, but now when I open other figures, I kind of miss this because it's nice to have just that added articulation is just nice, and a couple different pieces that can kind of go around just a little bit different and give you a little bit more. Here's the leg. The leg will go around. I don't like to push them past this because I've popped these off before, and you can see there in the middle they have these kind of hinges to them, and once you pop that off, it's never quite as tight again and has a tendency to fall off. It's one of the few design flaws that I don't really care for with these. I wish that those were in there a little bit better. No thigh swivel on these. It does bend at the knee. It's got the double bending knee right there. It does not have a swivel at the calf, but of course the feet go all the way around. They go up and down. You can do side to side. They have that same kind of ball joint that the wrist has. And then of course they've got toe articulation. The other leg does the exact same thing. Batman does come with the exact same accessories as before. He's got his batarang here, which is kind of the fat bat look. He also comes with this grappling gun here with a little bat on the end and the simulated rope right there, and it shoots out. and of course this stand that has the DC logo etched into it. Now what's cool about this variant card is we get this kind of holographic, kind of silverish reflective card that looks like the old card, but it's different, and I dig that. I think that that's a really cool thing to give it just an added touch that does distinguish it from the other one. Of course, here on the back it says Batman Detective Comics 1000, data file. Source, Detective Comics 1000, Comics 2019, real name Bruce Wayne, height 6'2", weight 210 pounds. As a child, Bruce Wayne watched as his parents were brutally killed in Gotham City's crime alley. Traumatized by their deaths, he devoted his life to becoming the world's greatest weapon against crime, the Batman. To become the ultimate vigilante, the Dark Knight disciplined his mind and body to reach the pinnacle of mental and physical superiority. He's a master detective and an expert martial artist, but his greatest weapon is his mind. Batman has a plan for every occasion, as well as high-tech weapons, gadgets, and vehicles to assist him in his relentless pursuit of justice. And then the DC Multiverse logo and some other logos there on the side. So one of the biggest complaints so far about the McFarlane toys is that it's very Batman-centric, and even the lines that are coming out, the waves that are coming out here in the future are very much centered around Batman and Batman stories, which is fine if they want to get that out of the way, I guess, at first, but I would like to see some other characters made, some different variants. Like I said, I requested even a Lois Lane or something different than, something different than anything that we've seen so far in the line. Of course, we have the new Batman. We've got the Arkham Knight Batman back here, Arkham game Batman. And then, of course, here is the original Batman, Detective Comics 1000, that came out. Now, you can see here the difference is obviously the bat symbol, and our belts are different. So that's kind of cool. The belts are completely different. But the rest is pretty much the same. I mean, we'll take a closer look at that now. You see here the head molds are pretty much the same. The cape, everything, this is all pretty much the same. Even the texture on the side, the cape's there on the back. Just have different belts, which is cool because the blue and gray one has the classic utility belt look. And the trunks might be a little bit different, but they're very, very similar. And then these boots are pretty much the same as well. Here we have the Trinity, just the classic look. I love this. Of course, this is the Gal Gadot version of Wonder Woman from 1984, the Wonder Woman 1984 movie that's coming out. But that's what we have so far as Wonder Woman and these other figures of Batman and Superman. These, just the classic look right there now, looks really cool. The colors that pop on these things, guys, just look at this. This is high quality stuff, and for $20 you are not going to find a better quality figure than these. And yeah, you can always get another head and swap it out, I guess, if you want. You can do all that stuff. I've seen a lot of people manipulate this Superman, but this Superman is by far my favorite Superman figure that I have, and I've got a lot of them. This Batman just looks super cool, and it's nice to have this scale of Batman with these colors. And of course, Wonder Woman, Gal Gadot, they did a tremendous job with her face and the sculpt. I know a lot of people think her legs are a little too long. That's my one complaint. Not so much with her, because she is an Amazon, and so she should be big like that. But just that some of the figures don't scale within the scale itself. So some of the females are just as tall as the males. But man, look at how good that looks. And look how good it is to finally have the Trinity together. There you have it, folks. That is my review of the Detective Comics 1000 McFarlane Batman Blue traditional, I guess, variant, whatever you want to call him. I really dig this figure. I really like this figure. I love how they made this variant and just kind of, put these together. And so we have that classic look along with, this cool modern look. But hey, let me know what you guys think. Did you guys like the review? Do you have this figure? Were you able to find it? I know a lot of people were really concerned about finding them. The prices got jacked up when they were first finding them, especially when they were overseas and they finally came here. But you know what? Now there seems to be plenty of them. They're showing up at all kinds of stores, and There seems to be absolutely plenty of them. So if you want one, you should be able to find one. But hey, let me know down in the comment section, okay? And also follow us on social media, because that is where we keep this conversation going long after the videos are done. This is something that we love doing. We love to talk about this stuff. And so I would love to hear about what you think of this figure. What are you doing? Are you trying to swap out the head? What are you doing with this figure? How do you display your figures? Let me know. And also, I am trying to put together a council of toy people, because I want to do videos where we can talk about toys and we can get together and talk about those things. And you don't have to have a YouTube channel. If you have a YouTube channel, that's super cool. We can collaborate. But even if you don't have a YouTube channel, we can still talk about this stuff, and I can maybe even have you on here on the Poindexter Lounge talking about toys. So hey, message me, all right? Let's talk. Have your people call my people. All right, let's do that. Also, thank you to all of our Patreon supporters. You guys are awesome. You guys are fantastic. We're so appreciative for everyone who supports the channel in any way, whether or not you give to the Patreon, whether or not you give in super chats when we do live streams, or hey, if you just watch the videos and you comment and do that, that's great. Speaking of which, hey, hit that subscribe button, also that notifications bell, so that you know when we put out new videos. And the greatest compliment that we could ever get is if you share our videos with someone else. It just means the world to us, and we're very, very, very thankful for that. All right, guys, until next time, my name is Enosh, aka Enosh Fett, saying, I'm Batman in blue. And that's pretty cool. Till next time, guys, stay nerdy. Bye-bye.